Hi, my name is Teddy. I'm an alcoholic, and I am on the committee, the Northern California bid for ICIPA, and we're going to be hosting this month. And this first week of June, we have our very own chair, who is Crystal M. from Sacramento.
Hi, hello. I'm gonna change my view to gallery because I don't want to stare at myself. And I want to see all you lovely people. Hi, I'm Crystal. I'm an alcoholic. I have a sobriety date. It is September 15th, 2014. As of today, I have 2,816 days in a row of sobriety. For those who don't math well, that's like a little over 7.5 years. I have a sponsor. I've been working with him for 6 years now. I love Alcoholics Anonymous. I love service. I have a higher power. I got a boatload of sponsees that keep me super accountable and selfless because they got wild shit going on and I love it. But the long and the short of how I got here is my parents met in AA. My dad brought H&I into my mom's rehab and then followed her around for a couple of years. So like I'm officially like a 13-step baby. What happened was my mom's side of my family gave me alcohol for the first time and never told me that like this could be a problem. And they just kind of instructed me to get a whole bunch of stuff done and I could drink the way that I wanted to. Unbeknownst to me, it became like a crutch. So like all those feelings that I started to have, alcohol was already there and available. So like it became a tool for me to deal with things. And that's kind of what it looked like through high school and then through my 20s. It's always been a survival tool. It's been a crutch, and other forms of alcohol have also been there. So I drank for all the reasons: party, death, struggle, joy. Didn't really matter to me. I liked the effect produced by alcohol. I liked the taste of alcohol. Like, I identify as a real alcoholic, which is described on page 21. For all the people that are new, I hope that you get a sponsor that when they open their mouth, you want to take their suggestion. I hope that you know that like you're worth this program, and I don't care how many times you've tried, like keep coming back because we fucking love you and you'll always have a place here. That was my experience. I came to my first meeting at the age of 16 and I didn't get sober until the age of 26. My last sobriety date is 3 weeks after my 26th birthday. I identified for the first time at 16. I went to rehab a couple times. I'm part of the DUI club. I was in and out of meetings for 10 years and I thought I could do it differently. And I also wasn't ready to do what we talk about doing here. But I'm so grateful I sat in enough meetings that seeds were planted. And so these are the things that I heard for those 10 years, right? Was like, get a sponsor, do the steps, get honest, find a higher power, be of service, go to meetings for the rest of your life. All of that sound fucking like a lot, you know? And I also have this attitude of like trying to prove you wrong. It's a character defect of mine. I think I'm very witty, and I think that I am a very good con artist, liar, cheat, and thief, you know. And for a long time, I didn't think I was like you guys because I hadn't lost the him, the her, the dog, the house, whatever, you know. But I will tell you what happened is at the age of 26, my parents decided to tough love me and cut me off. All of those yets had come true. And I found myself banging on the door of a sober living environment and asking for a bed. That was September 10th of 2014. And by September 15th, I tested clean. So that's my sobriety date because I know for sure. I have a picture of that. I moved into a house with 18 women in one bathroom. And I again made two promises to myself because I always put things in front of me, whether it's me trying to help people because I'm a people pleaser, or like a relationship because I can put that on a pedestal. I've always put things before myself, and I told myself that I was going to give myself a year in a sober living environment, and I wasn't going to get in a relationship because I know me. And I'm so grateful that I put my own boundaries up because when other people tell me what to do, I don't fucking like to do that shit. So like it had to be my idea, but really it was just a seed planted. I stayed in a sober living for 15 months. I hung out in mainstream AA because I didn't like young people because I was terrified of young peoples and women. Luckily, I had a few sponsors along my way before I got to my current sponsor who like, I had this lady that sponsored me and like showed me the book. And then the next lady showed me service and like made me get relationships with women because I was terrified because I have mommy issues. And I also don't trust myself. So like, why would other women trust me? She made me go to women's meetings for a month. But I tell you, I had a few sponsors because I did the 1, 2, 3 shuffle. Pretty much, I ended up meeting this guy who was like at this morning meeting on Sundays at like 8:15. Anytime he spoke, he opened the book and was so real that like I just cried, and I wanted what he had because he didn't bullshit and like he didn't have his own agenda. He was like spiritually guided, and I wanted that so bad. And he's still my sponsor to this day. Him and his wife co-sponsored me for a while, and I'd come over on Thursdays and we'd hear Joe and Charlie's tapes, and I learned how to write a 4th step, and then I, did a 5th step, and I will tell you, that was all at like 14 months sober. And what happened was, I joined a young people's committee. I wrote this fears list, and everything after I got honest about my fears list came true. So like I had to walk through that. And my biggest reservation was that if my dad died, I was going to drink the way that I wanted to drink because my dad, God, my dad passed away with 34 years in this program. And he was just an amazing example of what we do here. He brought back alley drunks into my house. He's the reason I had so many seeds planted. And I'm really grateful. But I celebrated 18 months and my dad died the next day. And luckily I joined this young people's committee. I was involved in the women's meetings and I was just surrounded by Alcoholics Anonymous. And then shortly after, like literally like 4 weeks later, we won ACIPA, which is a conference here in California. And then I was like on the committee. So what I'm going to tell you, and literally I've had ups and downs throughout Alcoholics Anonymous because I really want to, I've done multiple rounds of steps. I know what it's like to look at my behavior at like 3 years sober and 4 years sober and 5 years sober. And most currently at 6 years sober through a pandemic because I can still cause wreckage and I can still be a master manipulator. And my ism, my I, self, and me still comes up. I'm always seeking balance. People are like, oh, you'll get balance. I think it's foreign. I think it's foreign. I think I seek balance daily, like a daily reprieve. Some like things that I do daily to the best of my ability is I ask my higher power to come into my life when I am disgruntled or upset or sad. I try to direct my my action to helping somebody or self-soothing and taking care of myself. I always pick up my phone for some weird ass reason. And I just tried to be better than I was yesterday. Don't always do a 10-step, be very honest. Don't always find time to meditate. Don't I don't do anything perfectly here. And I've messed up so much and I'm still sober because I'm rigorously honest and I know how to make an amends. And I know that nobody here is perfect. I don't take myself too seriously. Um, and when I try to get all political here, I switch meetings. You know, I gotta readjust. But what I can tell you, and I think I got a couple more minutes, but maybe like two, is that Alcoholics Anonymous has given me purpose, and I always want to be in a place. I'm in this weird place of like this like, do I stay or go? Because a lot of the people that I got sober with have left. Um, and I love all these new people here, and so I'm not going to talk too deeply in this, but I want to keep my love for Alcoholics Anonymous, so that's why I stay doing service. And like NorCal Bid for Icky Pot is one of those things that I started like 4 years ago, and I'm just a sucker for it. It keeps me in the middle. All my favorite people like seem to either come and go on the committee. I've never even been to the international conference of young people, but I love bidding. I've hosted multiple young people's conferences, and I love young people's, and I love being the change that I want to see here, because I want everybody to know that they have a place here, and it takes a while to find your tribe. It's okay to switch tribes. It's okay to not be everyone's friend. I hope that you're kind to them, but you don't have to be everyone's friend. And I hope that you give this thing a shot. You know, if nobody has told you that they love you, I love you. If you need somebody to talk to, I'll give you my phone number. You don't have to do anything alone. And the committee does quiet down. So that is my hope for you. Um, and yeah, I hope that you have a sponsor. Oh, this is the other thing. Treat yourself to a fucking round of steps. Please do it. Like if you're feeling a little like whether you're new, old, whatever, the steps for me have always brought in growth and change. And you have to get uncomfortable here to get comfortable with yourself. And today, my inners match my outers. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And that feels real fucking good. And for somebody that has always felt uneasy or unsure or unheard, it's one of the greatest gifts I've been able to get. So I'm going to start crying. So I'm going to end with that. I love you guys.